Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just like, somebody that came from nothing, that all odds was against, and somebody was able to make, turn a negative into a positive, and and just I want to be remembered as a good person. You know what I mean? Somebody that helped changed the world. You know what I mean? For a reason. And I think that if 18-year-old me would have listened to people that was trying to school me and people that was trying to help me with certain things. If I would have listened out, it would have been I would have saved myself a whole lot of trials and tribulations and upset and turmoil and all that and time, a lot of time. The autobiography of Malcolm X, that was really good. And I say that because it that was like one of the first books I read when I was upstate, and actually, Immortal Technique brought me that book when he came to visit me when I was in prison. He brought me that book, and he said that you should read that book, and I read that book, and it was a great book, and it just showed like you said, it showed that whatever I was going through at that moment, prison, whatever it was, that didn't have to define the rest of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I could overcome that, and I read and reading that. That's what I got from it. You know what I mean? I think when I first came home from doing the 10 years, I was doing the social media. I mean, but I didn't really do it like that. I was just posting pictures here and there, and I would have I really didn't know how to. Even after reading all those books, I really didn't know how to fully maneuver. But I had those, whatever I read from Gary Vee and everything, I had that in mind. But I took a whole year, and I just really was just posting pictures, and and then what happened was I I got so I was home for 2 years, and I wasn't really onto my social media like I was supposed to. I would just post pictures here once every 3 days, 4 days, and my social media presence wasn't really there. But the whole time, everybody was telling me, "Oh, you need to do more on your social media," and I was telling them in due time, let me just soak it all in, and let me just, I'm gonna get to it. I just, I want to get to it when it's time, when I feel comfortable doing it. And then what happened was I went in for a parole violation for 16 months. And then when I went in, that's when I read Gary Vee's Jab, 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 Right Hook. And then I read a whole bunch of other books too, like more social media. And when I read the books the first time, anything about social media, I was fresh. I was in a 10-year bid. So I really didn't understand. I could read all the books I want, but I didn't have I didn't have the hands-on type of, understanding of social media or anything like that. But once I came home for 2 years, I had hands-on experience. I knew what Instagram was. I knew what it did. I knew all that stuff. So then when I went back in, I read all these books over, and I read new books, and then I started developing my strategy on how I'm gonna maneuver the social media. And then once I came home, that's what I started doing, and I just started going at the social media the way it was supposed to be, that way I was supposed to. And right, so failure is a bad thing. You lose shit, you go through stuff and all that, but it can be used. It can be used to create success, right? So I feel like I'm driven by it because every time I fail, I come back harder. You know what I mean? I come back stronger because I'm inspired by it. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. But I also don't want to not do anything either. I don't want to just be like living, right? I want to push the boundaries, and I want the things that everybody said that I can't have, or even things that I told myself that I would never get. That's what I want. You know what I mean? Because I'm driven by all of the bullshit that I've been in before. You know what I mean? Every morning or every day I think about the things that I went through before. And I'm driven not to do it no more. I'm driven not to get it no more. And I'm driven to like go farther than any teacher or any fucking correctional officer, any judge or anybody ever told me that I would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm driven to prove, myself that they were wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Success to me is freedom, right? Having freedom. And when I mean freedom is like, of course, remaining free, being out of prison, but also being free mentally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Like just to be free from anything that holds you back, from happiness, you know what I'm saying? From growth, right? That freedom and success. Also, of course like monetary, like money. I don't think that's not success, but what that brings is success to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it brings freedom. When money comes, there's freedom, right? Like say God forbid somebody that I know has to have some type of surgery that money could buy and that would change their life. You know what I mean? That would give them life, right? But without money, you can't do that, right? So you don't have that freedom to help them or yourself, if anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if something were to happen or whatever, money could change things, right? And then when you don't have it, you don't have that freedom. So I always felt like I want money because I want that freedom. Like if I want to just get up and go to Africa, right? I could just go and do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's life. Like that's free. That's what living is about to me. Like not the money, not flying in a jet, although that's nice, you know what I'm saying? But just being able to do things, that life offers. That's freedom to me. You know what I mean? That's success to me.
That's